Russia has renewed its offensive in Ukraine. Russia claims to have gained full control of the Ukrainian town of Maryinka. It is located in eastern Ukraine, some 5 kilometers southwest. Before the war, the town was home to 10,000 people. Now Maryinka is essentially a ghost town. All that remains of Maryinka is rubble.
Taking the fortified area of Maryinka was very difficult. The enemy had been preparing for many years for us to storm it. And in principle, the fortifications there were very serious. It cost us a lot of effort. But at the same time, the enemy lost a colossal amount of personnel and equipment.
Ukraine does not agree. The Ukrainian military spokesperson claims that the fight for Maryinka continues. It's hard to verify, of course, who is telling the truth, but what we can tell you is that Maryinka has strategic significance. The Russian President Vladimir Putin saying the control of this Ukrainian town will allow Russian troops to move Ukrainian combat units away from Donetsk. Progress. Russian troops, on the other hand, are pushing hard on the Eastern Front, eyeing more Ukrainian cities. The Russian troops, for example, intensified attacks on Avdiivka. That's another key town near Donetsk. Russian forces are trying to encircle Avdiivka as Russia renews its offensive. Ukraine looks demoralized, depressed, even divided. And this demoralization is on display. Let me give you an example here. Ukraine is accusing the New York Times of working for the Kremlin. Ukraine's Center for Countering Disinformation has issued a statement on Monday where it claimed that NYT journalists covering the war have been recruited by the Russian Secret Service. Why? Because the New York Times on Saturday published an article where it claimed that Putin has been signaling since September that he is open to a ceasefire, one that freezes the fighting along the current lines. And Ukraine, of course, did not take that story too well. So it added a spin, accused the reporters of being spy agents. Now, we are not going to put up a defense for the New York Times. My limited point here is to highlight how the demoralization in Ukraine has penetrated so deep that it is questioning countries and media houses from countries that have openly been pro-Ukraine. Now, that should say a lot. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.